So here's something really interesting that I noticed about Joe Rogan. Now, Joe Rogan was doing his podcast, of course, and he actually went after Trump and defended Michelle Wolf. Now, you guys know Michelle Wolf because she was the comedian who did the comedy at the White House Correspondents' Dinner that had caused an absolute firestorm of controversy, by the way. The supposed people calling the lefties snowflakes turned into the biggest snowflakes in all of history we've ever seen, legitimately ever. They were crying and whining and saying, "Oh, you're making fun of Sarah Huckabee Sanders," when it wasn't. I think they were saying like body shaming when it wasn't body shaming, or whatever it was. I forgot exactly, but it was hilarious to watch. Now, Joe Rogan is going to talk about this, and I want to preface this. So, Trump went after her on Twitter saying so-called comedian Michelle Wolf bombed so badly last year at the White House Correspondents' Dinner that this year, for the first time in decades, they will have an author instead of a comedian. Good first step and comeback of a dying evening and tradition. Maybe I will go, with the question mark. So, again, I want to say Angry Orange is the biggest snowflake on the entire planet. He claims that he's someone who claims that the left is super PC and snowflakes, but this guy's legitimately bigger than any left-wing snowflake on the entire planet. The guy sued Bill Maher for a joke. He sued The Onion for a joke. It's pretty hilarious. So Michelle Wolf clapped back to this tweet saying, "I bet you'd be on my side if I had killed a journalist. Hashtag be best." Oof. Oof. Oh my gosh. That's a KO right there, man. That's a KO, because if you don't know what she's referring to, she's talking about how there's a close link between the Saudis and Donald Trump, and we know, and we already knew this. I mean, the Saudi went so far as to use a body double. They literally used a body double to come out and have it look like Khashoggi wasn't gone. So, you know, that's what she's hinting at. And it's a really, really deep burn, man. It's really deep burn. And then the little edge burn of hashtag be best, which is mocking Melania Trump, because she has this Be Best campaign, which is about ending cyberbullying, while simultaneously her own husband is perpetuating the cyberbullying the most. So a double burn there. But there's something interesting I wanted to talk about here with Joe Rogan. I'm going to show you the clip of him praising Michelle Wolf for this tweet and for her White House Correspondents' Dinner comedy. I don't even know, the comedy that she did. And if you look at the like to dislike bar, I don't know what it's going to be like by the time this gets uploaded. As of right now, it's about 1.5K likes and 1K dislikes. That's a very lopsided like bar. Now, Joe Rogan's videos do very often have lopsided like bars, just because, everything that he talks about is controversial. And so anytime there's controversy, you're going to get likes, you're going to get dislikes, just the way it is, right? But he's a left-wing guy. And now I can understand why he doesn't talk about politics all like he tries to keep reserved in what he says. But go ahead and check this out.
Only place in the world that speech is protected by law.
Yeah.
You can still get in trouble by saying shit. You can still get protesters.
Dude, did you see Michelle Wolf dunk on the president today?
No.
She dunked on Trump. Dude, Donald Trump talked shit about her, saying that she bombed so hard last year at the White House Press Correspondents' Dinner, which, unfortunately for him, we've all seen the video, and she didn't bomb at all. In fact, she killed. She had some funny shit. And so he wrote today that she bombed so hard, they're now going to bring someone, like, they're not going to do comedy anymore. They're going to bring in an author. Here it is.
Yeah, it's
look at what she wrote.
Right?
So-called comedian Michelle Wolf bombed so badly last year in the White House Correspondents' Dinner that this year, for the first time in decades, they will have an author instead of a comedian. Good first step in a comeback of a dying evening and tradition! Exclamation point. Maybe I will go! Question mark. She writes, "I bet you'd be on my side if I had killed a journalist. Hashtag be best."
Fuck, that's good.
Boom.
God damn.
Look at, she's got 297,769 likes, 64,169 retweets, one of which is mine.
That was brutal.
That shit is hilarious. She's a savage. And that's silly. What he did was silly. You can't say someone but he does. I mean, that's his move, right? Just, it doesn't have to be real. But you shouldn't say someone bombed when we can watch the fact that it didn't bomb.
Yeah.
You pull it up at any time you want.
But
you could watch that video. She kills.
He can say that, though, because since the people that have seen it know she didn't bomb, but the people that didn't see it, now they think she
I don't
bombed.
think it matters. I think in the MAGA mindset, okay, if you had a MAGA mindset, it would be you don't need any reality other than the reality that you all decide upon, and you press forward with fucking hashtags and American flags and red and white hats, and you just keep moving. You just keep moving. And eventually, what you're doing is you're like hacking the news cycle, because the news cycle is just so, everything lasts a day, maybe 2 days, 4 days, 6. Nobody gives a fuck about Stormy Daniels. Stop talking about Stormy. It's over. Like, that's what's going on. I mean, and they've kind of figured that out in sort of an odd way. Like, even him with the Stormy Daniels thing, just don't talk about it. It'll go away. It's going away. Not only that, like the fucking lawyer now, he got charged with domestic violence. The lawyer for Stormy Daniels, the guy who was going to run for president, now he got charged with domestic violence. Some chick got a restraining order. It's over, baby. So, like, you just keep moving. All they do is just keep moving. Just keep moving, and eventually it goes. Like this. Like, yeah, obviously she didn't bomb, but he can say she did, and even if she dunks on him, keep moving. Just keep moving. It doesn't. Nothing ever sticks because he's caught a wave. Like the news cycle is so crazy. Everything's so crazy. There's nothing stationary that we all can examine for long periods of time. Everything's just moving. Everything's just constantly moving. There's no stability. It's chaos. And with him in the White House, he knows there's no stability because he actually got to be the president.
Yeah, he figured like he treats everyone like a comic treats hecklers.
Yeah. Yes.
And he's like, and people that say that he's stupid, he's so smart. Like he figured all this shit out.
He figured out that all the protocol that was established in the fucking 1800s and the early 1900s, that doesn't mean anything anymore. You know, this is not Harry Truman.
Yeah.
You know, this is not George Washington. This is 2018. There's porn everywhere. Okay, OxyContins are killing people, and no one's talking about it. Cigarettes are killing people. No politician ever brings up the fact 500,000 people die every year in this country just from cigarettes. Shut the fuck up. Keep moving. And then, you know, he had that little Jeff Sessions, little munchkin, working for him forever, saying that good people don't smoke marijuana. Like, the whole thing's chaos. Yeah. He knows it's chaos because he's the top guy. You imagine being the top guy in something as insane as like the United States governmental system and seeing the lobbyists and the special interest groups and all the money and all the fucking chaos in Saudi Arabia's cutting up journalists and you got to keep your mouth shut. It's fucking madness. Yeah. And he's the top madman.
Yeah, so basically what happened is he basically triggered a bunch of MAGA chuds. There are a bunch of people who are Trumpies who got super, super, super triggered over Joe Rogan saying this. They got triggered on multiple counts. One of them being that he said that the White House Correspondents comedy thing that Michelle Wolf did was funny. That absolutely triggered the hell out of Trumpies. And the other thing was saying that, you know, he retweeted this tweet. This tweet, by the way, it's got 400,000 likes and 66,000 retweets. 400,000 likes on Twitter. That's an insane amount of likes. It's an insane amount of likes. Unbelievable amount of likes. Insane. Insanity. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So they got really triggered. And so what the conclusion I've come to is that basically Joe Rogan's audience is full of these MAGA chuds and these Trumpies because hilariously enough, they'll always put out these clips, the Joe Rogan podcast, like they'll somehow talk about the Clintons like over and over and over again. And listen, man, I despise the Clintons. I hate them, Hillary more than Bill, but Bill gets a lot of criticism as well for obvious reasons. NAFTA, 3 strikes you're out, a bunch of different stuff, right? But it's, you know, it would be maybe a little bit different if Hillary didn't keep coming out of the woodwork to give these dumb speeches and just say these dumb things that are obviously just ridiculous. Like when she said, you know, I got more votes where it mattered. It's like, all right, how are you going to win elections with this nonsense? Plus, obviously, she's wrong. But the point here being is that if you go on, there was a video called like a Joe Rogan on the Clintons lying, and it's barely got any dislikes. So he could just keep talking about Clinton over and over and over again, which I'm not accusing him of doing, because I don't think that he does that. But they definitely do seem to get around to talking about the Clintons quite a bit. there's a clip called Hillary Clinton wasn't the lesser of two evils, which is hilarious because just wrong. That one's pretty ridiculous. But the point I'm trying to get at here is when you see Joe Rogan being so reserved about A, just really being political, period, and B, really like talking about his left-wing positions, there's a reason why he's so careful about doing that, and it's because it pisses off his fan base. It really pisses off his fan base. And so that's why you don't see him talking about supporting Medicare for all. And by the way, Joe Rogan is a little bit of a two-faced guy. Like I'll see some clips where he's just like hammering, like saying the government's stealing people's money and stuff like that. But you get the point that I'm trying to get at here. His fan base is full of a bunch of MAGA chuds. It's really cringy. The people are morons, and they got massively triggered. And I want to say the Michelle Wolf tweet, whatever you thought about the White House Correspondents' Dinner speech that she gave, which I thought could have had a better delivery. I thought the content was good. I thought it could have used better delivery. But this tweet, by all objective accounts, right, is 100% savage. 100% savage. How could you not consider this to be a deep, massive burn? That is such a good burn. It's almost as good as Tulsi Gabbard's. Well, I mean, it's pretty close. They're kind of neck and neck. Where Tulsi called Trump Saudi's bitch. Like, dude, these are some pretty savage. That's a savage tweet. And the fact that those people are saying that the tweet wasn't savage already marks it off for me as, okay, you're not being legit. You're just being a Trumpy, magatard, and you're just triggered because someone decided to critique Emperor God Trump that you love so dearly and can't be and is above any criticism. And this isn't unique to this video, by the way. If you go on any video of Joe Rogan critiquing Trump, massive dislikes, and it's pretty crazy to see. So that's the reason why you don't see Joe Rogan talking too much about his deeply left-wing, or at least what he says are his deeply left-wing positions, and why he doesn't really critique Trump all that much.